Hi, I'm Amy with Mountain TV, here with Tom with the Summit County Outdoor Coalition. And Tom, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. The Summit County Outdoor Coalition was founded to foster equitable recreation and access, care for our wildlife, and a recognition of a changing climate and what can we do to help our forests, our waterways, and our watersheds.
Okay, and then diving into that, we're specifically going to talk about winter preparedness.
Absolutely. We want to recognize that many of our guests come from environs that are not as friendly as our high elevation, as cold as it gets, as windy as it gets. So Ben Butler from Search and Rescue is going to share some tips on how to be prepared for sometimes inhospitable terrain and environment.
One of the big things that I want users to think about when they're out in the backcountry in the winter is avalanche safety and avalanche terrain. So over the last few years, we've had some unfortunate events and close calls involving hikers, snowshoers, cross-country skiers who just weren't aware that they were traveling through avalanche terrain. A lot of the trailheads in and around Summit County have done a great job with posting signage with maps indicating where avalanche terrain is located, but that's not always enough. So the Colorado Avalanche Information Center puts out a daily report of avalanche hazards every day throughout the winter season. This is a great tool for folks to become familiar with, but it's not the only tool. Another option for folks is to get some avalanche education. So there are a number of different places throughout our community, including local retailers. We could have guide organizations, community college, to provide this vital education for folks just to become a little bit more aware of the avalanche hazard in our communities.
All right. Makes a lot of sense. I have seen those postings around Summit County. Is it necessary to be familiar with avalanche safety when hiking on a well-marked trail?
Yeah, so we have definitely seen some instances where well-marked trails cross under avalanche terrain. And this has been a problem for us, not only in Summit County, but all throughout the state of Colorado, where folks think that they're okay because they're on a well-marked, well-groomed trail in the backcountry, but there could be avalanche hazard above that they just aren't aware of.
Indeed, I've experienced that too and learned that in the past. So it's a good point to make. I know it's important to tell people where you're going, when you're going to be home. Is it important to create an alternative route when going on an adventure?
Yeah, certainly. So we have had a lot of different instances. One thing I didn't mention, I'm a part of Summit County Rescue Group, and we have gone out and we help people in the backcountry 365 days of the year. And one thing that we've seen is good planning really helps save a lot of frustration for folks who aren't sure if their friend is overdue. So making sure that have a good plan in place, having a backup plan just in case weather changes. One of our busiest areas in the community is a local 14er, and people often overestimate their own capabilities or underestimate how long it's going to take. So making sure that you have a good understanding of where you're going, when you're going to be back, and sharing that information with somebody in the front country who can call a search and rescue group if you are later than you expect to be.
All right. Good points there. And where can people learn more? And perhaps you even have tips on a website.
Yeah, so a couple of great websites. Avalanche.state.co.us is the Colorado Avalanche Information Center's website, and scrg.org has some great backcountry tips from the Summit County Rescue Group.